Brooke and Jill Foster here for your next PB&J card class, and today I will be showcasing some of our new creative dies. The first is delicate wings, dots, leaves, and I'll also be using our slapstick cling set soft wings and the woodblock stamp called Time. And here's a look at the card that we'll be creating today. And to begin, I just wanted to demonstrate that this stamp Soft Wings is an exact match with our new die, Delicate Wings. And I'm using it with my stamp positioner here. And actually lost the little piece of plastic that comes with it, but just a piece of vellum seems to work fine. So I'm stamping that onto the piece of vellum, lining up my acrylic block up into the corner of the stamp positioner. Now I'm taking a piece of mix and match cardstock, which I've die cut using the Delicate Wings die, placing that piece of vellum over the top and lining up the stamp positioner, re-inking my stamp. I'm going to remove that piece of vellum, line that acrylic block up into the corner of the stamp positioner, and press down, and this will get me an exact stamping onto that die. Now here I'm using the creative die Dots, and I actually cut this from some scratch paper, and I'm going to use it as a stencil. So I'm using palette ink in the color of Nude, and I'm just using a foam applicator tool and applying that ink right over that stencil. And what I love is that you kind of have that fade out around the edges. So I'm putting it on a little bit heavier at the top and then fade out as it goes down. And then I'm just going to apply some ink on there as well. And I decided here also to apply palette ink in the color of Sunflower. Just starting off the edge and working my way on using the applicator tool and the foam pad. And this is Ranger Archival ink in the color of Pale Ochre. And I'm inking up, this little die cut is actually from the Creative Die Flutters. And I'm just inking that up as well. And I did do a little pink butterfly because I thought I was going to use it. And this is actually with Ranger Archival ink in the color of Rose Madder. I didn't end up using that one, but it's still in the video. Now this is the Leaves die. And now I'm taking the Ranger Archival ink in the color of Sap Green, and I'm just applying that right onto the die. And when this dyes, it's quite a bit lighter, and it's just this really nice soft green color. You could also just cut these from cardstock. I like the look of the ink, but either way works fine. And now I'm taking palette ink in the color of Landscape and just inking around the edges, and I did that on all of the leaves. Now this is that Pale Ochre Ranger Archival ink pad, and I'm just swiping that down across the top. Kind of gives a painted look along the top there. And now I'm taking that Penny Black stamp Time, inking it with VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Stamp that straight down onto the card. And now onto all of these die cut pieces, I'm going to add pop dots. Once all those pop dots are on, we're going to go ahead and assemble the card. So I've actually die cut here 2 of the leaves die so that I can create the sort of vine that hangs down a little bit longer, and they just fit together great if you want to create a longer piece. I'll just turn that over to the back and trim the excess. And on the sides as well. And now I'll add that die cut and stamped piece. And I just put pop dots on the body of both of these butterflies so that I can sort of fold up those wings and give them some more dimension. And then I also decided to add some sequins just for an extra little touch. And I'm using the Zig glue pen to adhere these on. And so I'm just looking for placement, and then I just take that pen and I kind of pounce it down right where I want them to go and then press it on. And I saw that I had done that the last time I used the pen onto some ink, so it had transferred onto the tip. So just coloring on a piece of scratch paper will take that off. And then I just use that top of the pen to hold down the sequin while it dries. So here's another look at that finished card. And then I also wanted to show some other ways to use the same Delicate Wings die. So here I've cut it just using the very delicate piece and added that to a card. And this is really great. If you don't have the stamp that coordinates, you still have a beautiful die. And then finally, I used that same solid die and cut it out of a panel and popped it up and added lots of tiny little butterflies, actually from our tagged creative die cut. For details and more information, visit the Penny Black website, www.pennyblackink.com. And here's a list of all the Penny Black supplies used on these cards. Thanks for watching.